Sarah Galvin was born on September 18, 1996, the youngest of 7 siblings. Raised in Sarasota, Florida, she experienced an unstable early life but found solace in the care of her maternal aunt and uncle. As a teenager, Sarah occasionally stayed with older siblings in Dunedin, described by those who knew her as caring and deeply loving, especially towards her young daughter Cora. Sarah worked hard to navigate life's many challenges. In 2014, at the age of 18, Sarah married Thomas Allen Ebisol and moved to Dunedin. The marriage was short-lived, with the couple divorcing on the 5th of November 2015. In the years that followed, Sarah supported herself through exotic dancing while living with a roommate. In Reddick, Florida, she shared custody of her daughter with Joseph Marilyn Meaton, the father of her child. Though Cora primarily lived with her father, despite setbacks, Sarah remained close to her family and especially her ready-to-lead ML together. Stir Michelle Tullis. The timeline of Sarah's disappearance began on March 2, 2023, around 7 p.m. that night. After finishing her shift, she contacted her sister Michelle asking for a ride home and to tell Michelle's children that she said hello. When Michelle was unable to pick her sister up, Sarah walked to a nearby Circle K convenience store located at 17900 North Highway 441. Surveillance footage captured her buying snacks. At 10:11 p.m. on March 2, 2023, Michelle's phone buzzed with a message that would later feel impossibly heavy. It was from her younger sister, Sarah Gail Ebisol. "Getting into a random truck with some cowboys. Hope they take me for a ride." At the time, it sounded impulsive, maybe reckless, but not alarming enough to stop the night in its tracks. An hour later, Sarah would be seen alive inside a rural duplex in Reddick, Florida, laughing, snacking, watching videos, surrounded by people she barely knew. By 4 a.m., she had vanished. No ride history, no social media activity, no outgoing calls. Her phone would later be reset and wiped. One man connected to her last known night is now dead. Another has been arrested for lying to police. A third changed his story repeatedly. Yet more than 2 years later, no one has been charged. Sarah's daughter has now turned 7. She doesn't know where her mother is. And her family is still asking the same question law enforcement has yet to answer. What happened to Sarah Gail Ebisol? Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to Famous Crime Cases, where we uncover stories that challenge what you think you know about humanity. March 2 began like countless other workdays. Sarah, 26 years old, a single mother, had just finished her shift dancing at Café Risque, a gentleman's club just off I-75 outside Gainesville. She was tired, ready to go home, and eager to rest before continuing her fight for custody of her daughter. Around 7 p.m., she texted her sister Michelle, asking for a ride. Michelle couldn't leave at the time. She was helping at her daughter's softball game. Sarah understood. She wasn't panicked. She said she'd figure something out. Usually, Sarah took Uber. That night, for reasons still unclear, she didn't. Her roommate was away at a women's veterans retreat, meaning Sarah would be alone at the apartment. Later, she told Michelle someone from work would give her a lift. According to what's known, Sarah did make it home briefly. She walked the dogs. She sent a few casual messages. Nothing felt urgent. Then, at 10:11 p.m., came the text that changed everything. Earlier that evening at 7:50 p.m., Sarah had sent a soft, unassuming message. "Tell the kids I said hi. Tell them I love them." It didn't feel like a goodbye. Not then. Later, surveillance footage captured Sarah at a Circle K in Reddick just after 10 p.m. She wandered the bright aisles, picked up snacks and a drink, and walked back out into the dark parking lot. Outside, a black pickup truck waited. Inside were 2 men. Leonard Anderson. James Robinson. Sarah climbed in. That was the last confirmed sighting of her that night. The truck eventually dropped Sarah and James Robinson at a duplex on North US Highway 441. The home was shared by multiple people. James Robinson. Shayla. Tisha McDermott. Sarah didn't know these people beforehand. Inside the house, accounts say they talked, watched videos, and ate snacks. On the surface, it sounded uneventful. But details begin to fracture almost immediately. At 1:24 a.m., Robinson texted another man. Tyrone Mormon. The message indicated that Sarah was there and asked if Tyrone wanted to come by. That alone raises questions. Why invite someone over specifically because she was present? According to those inside the duplex, Sarah supposedly left sometime between 3 o'clock and 5 a.m. They claimed she ordered an Uber. Except there was no Uber. No ride history. No payment. No driver. Then the story shifted. The car was blue. An O black. A sedan, maybe a Kia. Or a Hyundai. Or a Honda. One version said Sarah left briefly 10 or 20 minutes, then returned. Another said someone heard her outside but didn't see her. Nothing lined up. Then came the most disturbing admission. According to Michelle, James Robinson later confessed something chilling. He said Sarah did not walk to the car. He said he and Tyrone Mormon carried her. If that's true, it introduces a terrifying question. What condition was Sarah in when she left that house? Tyrone Mormon arrived at the duplex in a blue Hyundai Sonata. By 4 a.m. he left, with Sarah in the passenger seat. That moment Sarah leaving the duplex with Tyrone is the last confirmed sighting of her. After that she disappears. For a short time, Sarah's phone continued to ping. Then something unusual happened. Her phone was reset, her accounts were wiped, access to her digital life gone. Michelle, refusing to wait, took matters into her own hands. She accessed Sarah's iCloud, Snapchat, Gmail, anything she could and turned everything over to investigators. What she found was alarming. Sarah's phone was active until 2:40 a.m., watching YouTube videos. At 2:57 a.m., someone logged into her Gmail. Shortly after that, the device was wiped. If Sarah was awake and watching videos shortly before 3 a.m., how did she go from that to being carried out? By March 6th, the phone stopped pinging entirely. For months, Tyrone Mormon claimed he never met Sarah. He said he was out of town. Cell phone data proved he lied. On December 20, 2023, investigators uncovered surveillance footage from a 24-hour convenience store in northwest Marion County. It showed Tyrone and Sarah together at around 4 a.m. on March 3rd. Nearly a year after she vanished. Tyrone was arrested that day for lying to police. He posted bond. He has since refused to cooperate. James Robinson, the man who brought Sarah to the duplex, died in May 2024 due to substance-related issues. That removed one possible source of answers forever. The leaves. Shayla, Tisha McDermott, Tyrone Mormon, all among the last people to see Sarah alive. None have provided a complete, consistent account. Another troubling detail emerged. A third-party service traced Sarah's phone to Lake Livingston LLC, a massive 12,200-acre agricultural property in rural Florida. Michelle drove there herself. Law enforcement claimed they searched the area. But another county later said they never did. Jurisdictional confusion. Conflicting statements. No results. When Michelle searched Sarah's apartment, something authorities never did, she noticed key items were gone. A folder of legal documents related to Sarah's custody case. A teddy bear with her daughter's name stitched into it. A binder containing information about her ex. Also missing, cash. Sarah had told Michelle she was carrying over $1,000, possibly closer to $2,000, planning to use it to negotiate visitation with her child's father. That money has never been found. Sarah's ex, Joseph Matten, had a long, volatile history with her. She had filed restraining orders against him. She changed her phone number multiple times. She believed he had access to her devices through shared accounts. In January 2023, she bought a new phone to escape his surveillance. At the time she disappeared, she believed he didn't know her location. But after Sarah vanished, Joseph's behavior raised alarms. A friend claimed Joseph said, "Sarah is dead." That same day, Joseph was arrested for assaulting a 75-year-old man. Weeks later, he illegally re-entered a motel where he worked, rekeying 2 rooms. Michelle begged police to search them. They refused. Joseph later left Florida entirely, taking Sarah's daughter to Kentucky. He changed the child's name. And the name he chose matched that of a young girl murdered years earlier, in a case Joseph had once been questioned about. He has never spoken publicly about Sarah's disappearance. and he filed legal actions preventing her family from naming him online. Michelle organized searches, brought in cadaver dogs, contacted media, pushed for warrants. She faced silence, deflection, contradictions. 2 years later, investigators again labeled Tyrone Mormon a person of interest. Still no charges. No body. No answers. Sarah Gail Ebisol would be 29 years old today. Instead, she exists only in images walking into a gas station in a sequined tank top, unaware her life was about to stop. She wasn't just a dancer, she wasn't just a headline. She was a mother trying to get her child back. A sister who needed a ride home. A woman whose story refuses to disappear. Until the truth comes out, her family will keep asking. And so will we. Where is Sarah Gail Ebisol? If you found this story meaningful, consider subscribing to Famous Crime Cases for more real-life investigations and human stories.